Well, hello everybody. We're back one other time for tonight. There's one other thing I thought I would sort of talk with you all about real quick. So on my Facebook page that I use the most, a good number of people that are on my Facebook friend list at this point in time are people that are still with Wegmans, obviously, which there's obviously nothing wrong with that. It's just there's just a slight little bit of some thought about perhaps unfriending, about me kind of thinking about or considering unfriending. Maybe not all of the people on my Facebook friend list that are still with Wegmans, but maybe some. I'm not saying I will, but, and that would kind of be the last thing that I would want to do. But, in the end, if need be, the fact of the matter is, the reality is, you know, you gotta know what's best for you and stuff. You gotta know what's best for you and stuff. You know, say when you see like posts of stuff that just just can't really just cannot come true and just really is not going to work out for you because you had your share of issues to the point where it's already a done deal for you. Say like, I mean, people can post whatever they want on their Facebook page. Like, say if they've made it up to, like, a good 10 years or more with, like, with like the business and the company, that's fine. People can post whatever they want on their Facebook page. That's appropriate and that's cool. You know, unless it was something that was like immoral or out of line or something that would push people away and stuff, or something that had a lot of profanity, I can see where people would say, you know, that's not right for anybody to post on their Facebook page, But, but once again, I'm not saying I will unfriend any of the people on my Facebook friend list that are still with Wegmans, but there's just a slight bit of thought of perhaps kind of thinking about perhaps unfriending maybe not all of the people on my Facebook friend list that are still with Wegmans, but at least some, at least some, at least some. You know, recently I had seen somebody who had posted that they just hit like I think 20 years or 24, 25 years with with Wegmans or whatnot. Back in August, saw somebody who hit 15 years. Recently, saw somebody who hit 13 years, and I still drop a like. 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 I still drop. I still drop a like. I still drop. I still drop a like or reaction. I still drop a like or reaction, or even maybe briefly comment down below, like congrats, congratulations, keep up all the great work. But at the same time, perhaps it's best maybe for some of those people that are still on for some of those people that are on my Facebook friend list right now that are still with Wegmans and stuff, about perhaps unfriending some of those people on my Facebook friend list that are still with Wegmans. Not because of anything they did wrong, obviously. They're all fine people. They're all fine people to me to have on my Facebook friend list. It's just sometimes, again, people can post whatever they want on their Facebook page. That's appropriate. And posting, your like 15th, 20th, 25th anniversary or whatnot, with a certain company or certain business like Wegmans is fine. You know, they have every they have every right to they have every right to tell they have every right to tell the world that they have every right they have every right they have every right to they have every right they have every right they have every right they have every right to tell the world stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If you saw something that was like immoral or something that had a lot of bad stuff that would really push a lot of people away, like stuff such as, stuff with a lot of profanity and stuff and a lot of derogatory 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 saying derogatory 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 sayings and stuff, I can see where they'd say, I can see where people would say, could you please delete that? Stuff like that. Stuff like that's just not right. I mean, but other stuff like anniversary years and stuff, is fine for people to post on their Facebook page. But sometimes, you kind of, there could come to a point where, sometimes we all gotta, you sometimes just gotta do what's best for you. Just gotta do what's best for, just gotta do what's best for you. And again, that's why again, at least for right now, I'm doing all my weekly grocery shopping at Tops, and instead of Wegmans, and not Wegmans, instead of Wegmans for right now at least. Because again, like I told you in at least one or a couple of my videos before, mostly one or a couple of my videos I did late last fall. Shopping at Wegmans just got to be way too depressing for me. And my shopping at Wegmans just got to be way too depressing for me. Way too depressing for way too depressing 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 way too way too depressing way too depressing way too depressing way too depressing for me. Yep, just got to be way too depressing way too depressing way too depressing way too depressing for me. It just got to be way too depressing for me. So if anybody asks me if shopping at Tops instead of Wegmans and not Wegmans and instead of Wegmans helps, for right now, yeah, there's definitely a big difference for right now. Right now, there's a big difference for right now. There's a big difference for right now. That's my mom calling. I'll call her back in just a bit. But once again, yes. So with that said, again, I'm not saying I'm gonna definitely unfriend any people on my Facebook friend list that are still with Wegmans, but I may eventually consider that at some point. Again, I'm not saying I will, but it could happen some point down the road. Well, yep, there goes my answering machine. It's most likely my mom. Yep, it's my mom. But anyway, that's as far as I'm going to bring the vlog and the video there. If you enjoyed this vlog and this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up for sure. Maybe tomorrow, if I do any vlog tomorrow, it'll be a last final word before my first recovery shift at BJ's that I've done in quite a few months. Once again, I will try and do a vlog. 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 I will try and do a vlog and video either Friday evening, Friday night after coming home from work, or if not, the next day on some point early on Saturday to give you an update on how it all goes. I'll see you in my next vlog, my next video. Peace.